Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Crochet for Baby. Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to crochet this beret style or slouchy hat for adults. It's very easy to make. Now in this same tutorial, I'm also going to show you how to crochet the matching scarf. This one here, I love this stitch, so I hope you like it too. Okay, so let's get started and thank you for watching. Okay, to begin, I'll be using this 5mm crochet hook, and today I'm using this medium number 4 yarn. I'm using Style Crafts Special Aran in this color gold. You can use any yarn that's medium number 4. Now, to begin, I have 8 chains. Into the second chain from the hook, we're going to make a single crochet into the next chain, and a single crochet into each one of these chains. Now here, what we're going to do first is the brim. So if you want your brim wider, then add more chains. I'm just going to leave it like this. I don't like my brims to be too wide. So here's the last single crochet. Now you should have 7 single crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now for the next row, turn, chain 1. Now in this second row, we're going to also make single crochets, but we're only going to go through the back loops of each one of the single crochets. So beginning into the first one, make your first single crochet, into the next single crochet, and so on. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 single crochets, turn, chain 1, and repeat the same thing. This is all I'm going to do for about 68 rows. So continue like this, and I'll meet you once we have the 68 rows to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making my brim. This is what it looks like. Now, I did a total of 70 rows instead of 68, so make sure that you do those extra 2 rows. As it is, without stretching or anything, it's measuring about 42 centimeters, which is about 16.5 inches. Now, you can also try this around your head. Make sure that it's not too tight or too loose. Okay, so here, to finish, we're going to join here both ends. So we're going to go here into this first stitch, grab this loop, bring it through the front, and chain 1. Now insert your hook again into the same stitch and through the back into the first single crochet and make a slip stitch. Again into the second stitch and into the second single crochet here in the back, another slip stitch. This is how I'm going to join both ends. So continue, and I'll meet you back once this part here is done. Okay, I finished joining both ends, and this is what it looks like. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to chain 1. Here we're going to make half double crochets along the top. So to begin, into this first row right here, I'm going to make a half double crochet. Into the next row, make a half double crochet, and into the next row, which is the third row here, make 2 half double crochets. So every third row we're going to increase. Again, we're going to make a half double crochet into the next row, half double crochet into the next, and 2 half double crochets into the next. 1 and 2. Again, 1 half double crochet into the next row, half double crochet into the next, and 2 half double crochets into the third row. This is all I'm going to do all around. Here, what we want to make sure is that we have multiples of 7, so we may need to do adjustments here at the end, but continue and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, I'm here at the end of this row of half double crochets. I have 91 half double crochets. 91 is divisible by 7, so perfect. Now up to here I have 84 half double crochets, and this is my last increase. So into each one of the rows here up to the last one, I did 1 half double crochet. So let me count them for you. This is 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91 half double crochet. So make sure that you have the same. So here to finish, we're just going to go on top of the first half double crochet and join with a slip stitch. Now for the first row to our pattern stitch, you're going to chain 3 and into this same space here, into this first half double crochet, make a fan. These fans are going to consist of 2 double crochets, which the 3 chains here counts as your first double crochet, 2 chains, 2 double crochets. Now skip 1, 2 and into the third half double crochet, make a double crochet. Skip 1, 2 and into the third half double crochet, make your fan. Two double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets. Again, skip 1, 2 and into the third, make a double crochet. Skip 1, 2 and into the third, make your fan. This is how I'm going to continue for this first row, and that's all we're going to do. And this is what it looks like. So continue like this for this first row, and I'll meet you here at the end. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row. Here at the end, make sure that you finish with a double crochet. I have 2 half double crochets here in between the fan and the last double crochet. So to finish, we're just going to pinch the third chain here to the side, and we're going to join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finish this first row. Let me count the fans. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 fans for this first row. Now, what we're going to do for the second row is we're going to make a slip stitch into the next double crochet, a slip stitch inside the chain 2 space. Now, chain 3 here and make a double crochet, 2 chains, 2 double crochets. Now, what we're going to do here in between this second double crochet here at the end and into the middle double crochet and into the first double crochet of this fan is we're going to work front post double crochets, but we're not going to close them. So let me show you. So yarn over, work a front post double crochet into this second double crochet of this first fan, take 2 loops off, leave 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, front post double crochet into the center, double crochet, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, front post double crochet into this first double crochet for this next fan. Take 2 loops off, 4 loops on the hook, close. And that's what we're going to do here in the center. Now inside each one of the fans, you're going to do a fan. So this part here doesn't change. Remember, the fans consist of 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets. Now again, yarn over, front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, leave 2 loops, yarn over, front post double crochet into this middle double crochet, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, and front post double crochet into this first double crochet of the next fan. Take 2 loops off, 4 loops on the hook, close, and inside the fan, work a fan. Now we're going to do the same thing we did here. Front post double crochet into this last double crochet of this fan, take 2 loops off, leave 2 loops, yarn over, front post double crochet into the center double crochet, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, front post double crochet into the first double crochet of the next fan, 4 loops on the hook, close, and then inside the fan, work a fan. This is all I'm going to do for this row. Let me show you again. Front post double crochet. This is the same fan where we did this fan. So front post double crochet into this last double crochet, take 2 loops off, leave 2 loops, yarn over, front post double crochet into this middle, double crochet, take 2 loops off, leave 3 loops, yarn over, and front post double crochet into this first, double crochet for the next fan, 4 loops on the hook, close, and then a fan. And that's all we're going to do for this second row. Continue like this, and we'll meet you at the end. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row. I did my last fan, so here we're going to work this stitch here in between. So to do this, again, yarn over and into this last double crochet of this last fan, work a front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, leave 2 loops, yarn over, front post double crochet into the center, double crochet, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, and here to finish we have the 3 chains for the first fan here. Work a front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, 4 loops on the hook, close. Now to finish, pinch the 3rd chain into this first fan right on the side here and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finished the second row. Now the 3rd row is what we're going to repeat from here on. So to do the 3rd row, make a slip stitch into the next double crochet, a slip stitch inside the chain 2 space, and then inside here work 3 chains, double crochet, 2 chains, 2 double crochets. This is your first fan to this 3rd row. Now to work your center stitch, what you're going to do is you're going to yarn over and into this 4th double crochet of this fan. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So into the 4th double crochet, which is the last one, work a front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, yarn over, and then this center stitch has 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Right on top, you're going to insert your hook like this through these 3 loops, like this. Grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, and then this first double crochet of this next fan, work a front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, 4 loops on the hook, close, and here's our stitch. Again, inside the next fan you're going to work a fan. This part still remains the same. You do the same thing always inside each fan. 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets. Now again, let me show you the center stitch. Yarn over, here's the second fan, into the 4th double crochet, work a front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, leave 2 loops, yarn over, here's our center stitch, through 3 loops right on top of this stitch, insert your hook, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, and then we have the first double crochet for the next fan, work a front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, 4 loops on the hook, close, and here's our stitch, and that's what it looks like. That's all we're going to do for this 3rd row. So let me show you one more time. Inside the fan, work a fan, two double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets. Now we have the center stitch, so yarn over into this 4th double crochet of this fan, work a front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, yarn over, through 3 loops of this center stitch, like this, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, we have the next fan, into the 1st double crochet of this next fan, work a front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, 4 loops on the hook, close, and then repeat the same thing, a fan. And that's all we're going to do. So continue like this, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, I'm here at the end of this third row. I did my last fan, so here to finish I need to work my center stitch here. So to do this, we're going to yarn over, and into this fourth double crochet of this last fan, work a front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, leave 2 loops, yarn over, into the center stitch. Remember, we go through these 3 loops here, like this, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, and to finish here we have this fan. So right to the side we have the 3 chains. So grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 4 loops on the hook, close. Now to finish this row, you're always going to pinch the 3rd chain here to the side and join with a slip stitch. And this is how we finish the 3rd row, and this is the row that you're going to repeat from here on. So to start you off for the 4th row, into the next double crochet, work a slip stitch, inside the chain 2 space, a slip stitch. Now chain 3, double crochet, 2 chains, 2 double crochets. And this is the first fan to this 4th row. Now to make your center stitch, the stitch here, you're going to yarn over, and into this 4th double crochet of this fan, work a front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, yarn over, right in the center, insert your hook like this through these 3 loops, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, and then this first double crochet for the next fan, work a front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, 4 loops on the hook, close. And then again inside each one of the fans, work a fan, 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets. Now again, work a front post double crochet into this 4th double crochet of this fan, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook through these 3 loops in the center, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, and into this first double crochet of the next fan, work a front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, 4 loops on the hook, close, and then a fan inside this next fan. And that's all we're going to do from here on. Just repeat this last row, and that's what it looks like. So continue like this. I'm not exactly sure how many rows I'm going to do, but so far this is the 4th row, so we have 4 fans. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now continue watching and you'll see how many rows I'm going to do. So I'll meet you at the end of that row. Okay, did a total of 8 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it's measuring from the top of the last row to the end here. It's measuring about 18 centimeters, which is about 7 inches. Now what we're going to do in the next 2 rows is we're going to start reducing the crown. So here I did my 2 slip stitches and I'm inside this first fan. So now here we're going to chain 4, and into the same space here make a double crochet. Now inside each one of the fans we're going to work V stitches now, and the V stitches are going to consist of a double crochet, chain 1 double crochet, and then this part here in the center will remain the same. So that means that we're going to yarn over, work a front post double crochet into this last double crochet of this fan, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook through these 3 loops of the center stitch, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over, and then front post double crochet into the first double crochet of the next fan. 4 loops in the hook, close. Again, inside the fans you're going to do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then work the center stitch. So a front post double crochet into this 4th double crochet, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook through these 3 loops in the center, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over, front post double crochet into the first double crochet of the next fan, 4 loops on the hook, close. This is how we're going to work this row, so continue and I'll meet you here at the end. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 9th row. Now to finish here, we're going to pinch the 3rd chain and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finished the 9th row. Now for the 10th row, make a slip stitch inside this space here of this first V-stitch. Now chain 3 and make a double crochet. Now the center stitch here is going to remain the same, so we're going to work front post double crochet, then the center, and then front post double crochet. So make sure we don't close them. So here, yarn over, insert your hook through this double crochet, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over. Now insert your hook through these 3 loops in the center, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over, and then this first double crochet of the next V-stitch, take 2 loops off, 4 loops on the hook, close. Now inside this V-stitch, make 2 double crochets. And then again repeat, front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook through these 3 loops, take 2 loops off, yarn over, and then front post double crochet into the next V-stitch and close. This is how we're going to work this row, so continue and I'll meet you here at the end. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 10th row. Now to finish, just insert your hook here to the side and join with a slip stitch. Now for the next row, chain 2. And here we're just going to work reductions. So we have 2 double crochets right in the center. So the reductions are going to be done with these 3 stitches, 1, 2, and 3. The center stitch is 1. Now insert your hook like this, work a front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, don't close, leave 2 loops, yarn over, insert your hook through these 3 loops here in the center stitch, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, and then we have the 2 double crochets that we did right in the center, front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, 4 loops on the hook, close. This is how we're going to work this part. So again, front post double crochet into the next double crochet, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook through these 3 center stitches like this, take 2 loops off, 3 loops in the hook, yarn over, and then we have the next 2 double crochets in the center. Into the first one, work a front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, 4 loops on the hook, close. Again, yarn over, front post double crochet into the next double crochet in the center, take 2 loops off, leave 2 loops, yarn over, insert your hook through the center of these 3 loops, take 2 loops off, yarn over, and then a front post double crochet into the next V-stitch. Take 2 loops off, 4 loops, close. This is how we're going to work this part, and as you can see, it's reducing it a bit more. So continue and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 11th row. To finish, we're just going to go on top of this center stitch, not the 2 chains here. I want to reduce this a bit further, so just go on top of the first stitch and join with a slip stitch. Now I'm going to do 1 more row and I'm going to change hook size. So you can continue and do this last row with this 5mm hook, but I'm going to use a smaller one, this 3.5. I want these last stitches to be smaller, so I'm going to do it with this hook. So I'm just going to chain 2, yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch we did the slip stitch, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook on top of the next, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. Again, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook on top of the next, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. This is how I'm going to work this last row, so continue and I'll meet you here at the end. Okay, I'm here at the end. Now to finish, we're just going to join to the first stitch with a slip stitch. And this is how I finish this row. Now I've cut my yarn, so I'm just going to pull this loop here and tie a knot like this. Now we're going to close this little hole here that was left, so I'm going to pass my yarn through this needle and we're just going to go around. So insert your needle through each one of these stitches. and this is the last one. So just push this through the inside and pull this so that it closes like this. Perfect. Now with this loop that I left here, we're just going to tie a knot. And that's how we close the top. Now cut your yarn, hide your ends, and it's done. Now let me show you what it looks like from the inside. This is a reversible stitch. Look how beautiful that stitch is. It's gorgeous. Look at that. I love this stitch. That's what it looks like. So let me show you the other side. This is the right side. Here's our hat. That's what it looks like. It's beautiful stitch. And our hat is done. Now this is a slouchy style beret hat. You can also wear like a normal hat. It fits perfect on me. I love the way that it looks. If you want to make it like a slouchy, you can do more rows. I'm just going to leave it like this and it's perfect for me. Okay, so the hat is done. So I'm going to come back and show you how we're going to do the scarf. I think I'm going to do like a infinity style scarf because this stitch has to be worked in the round. So I'm going to do that next. I'm going to try and see if I can do like a normal long scarf with the stitch. I would just need to turn for every row, but I don't know how I'm going to work this part here. But keep watching and you'll see how we're going to do our scarf. Okay, to make the scarf, I'll be using the 6.5mm crochet hook, and I'm going to use the same yarn that I used. Here's the brand Style Craft Special Aran. This is a medium number 4 yarn. This is all I had left of one skein since I used about 80 grams to make my hat here. So here to begin, I have 37 chains. Into the 4th chain from the hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to make a double crochet. Double crochet into the next chain. Now I'm going to skip 1, 2, and into the 3rd chain I'm going to make a fan. Each one of these fans is going to consist of 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets. Now skip 2 chains, 1, 2, and into the 3rd chain make 1 double crochet. Skip 2 chains, 1, 2, and into the 3rd chain make a fan. Skip 2 chains, 1, 2, and into the 3rd a double crochet. This is how I'm going to continue here, just repeating this sequence of a fan and then a double crochet up to the last 5 chains. So I'll meet you right about here to show you how we're going to finish this first row. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row. Now here I have 5 chains left, so we're going to skip 1, 2, and into the 3rd make a double crochet. Into the next chain make a double crochet, and into the last chain a double crochet. So we started with 3 double crochets and we finished with 3 double crochets. So here is the first row. Now if you want to make this wider, you can add 6 or 12 more chains and that will make it wider. Now for the second row, chain 3 and turn. Now into the next 2 double crochets we're going to work a front post double crochet. Inside this fan you're going to make a fan. Okay, 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets. Now each one of the fans has 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. into the fourth double crochet, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook, and work a front post double crochet. Don't close it, leave 2 loops, yarn over, into this center double crochet, work another front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over again, and into the first double crochet of the next fan, another front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, 4 loops on the hook, close. Now inside the fan, work a fan. Now for the scarf, we're going to do a 2-row repeat. Since we have to turn, for the hat we were only doing 1-row repeat, so this is going to be the first row of our repeat. So now again, into the 4th double crochet, work a front post double crochet, don't close it, yarn over, into the center double crochet, front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hooks, yarn over, and into the first double crochet of the next fan, take 2 loops off, 4 loops on the hook, close. And this is all we're going to do here. So continue, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, I'm here at the end of the second row. I did my last fan, and this is what it looks like. Now what I'm going to do here at the end is these 2 double crochets here, I'm going to work a front post double crochet into the next front post double crochet. And now here at the end, we're always going to pinch the second chain and make a double crochet. This is how we're going to finish each row. Now for the next row, row 3, from now on this is going to be the right side. So for the next row, row 3, we're going to chain 3 and turn. Now this is going to be the back. So here what we're going to do is these 2 double crochets here, we're going to work into back post double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hooks like this, wrap it around the post, and work a back post double crochet. The next one, the same thing, back post double crochet. Now we have the first fan, so inside this fan you're going to do a fan. Okay, now this first fan has 4 double crochets like all of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Into the 4th double crochet, you're going to yarn over first and work a back post double crochet. Take 2 loops off. Don't close, leave 2 loops, yarn over, jump this center stitch and go to the first double crochet of the next fan. This one here, and work a back post double crochet. Take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. Now inside each one of the fans you're going to do a fan. And now again we're going to repeat the center stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook into the 4th double crochet and work a back post double crochet. Take 2 loops off, leave 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, skip this center stitch and then go to the first double crochet of the next fan and work a back post double crochet. Take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. And then inside the fan you're going to work a fan. This is all we're going to do. Like this. Again, let me show you. So yarn over, the 4th double crochet of this same fan, work a back post double crochet, take 2 loops off, yarn over, jump to the next fan and into the first double crochet, work a back post double crochet, take 2 loops off, 3 loops in the hook, close. And that's all we're going to do. So continue like this for this 3rd row and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 3rd row. I did my last fan. Now here into this next double crochet, work a back post double crochet, back post double crochet into the next. And then here to finish, we're going to pinch the 2nd chain and make a double crochet here at the end. And this is how I finish this 3rd row. Now for the 4th row, what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3. From here on, these are the 2 rows that we're going to repeat, the 3rd and the 4th. So to do the 4th row, these next 2 double crochets, we're going to work front post double crochets. Make sure that these double crochets here are always in the same direction. So if you're in the wrong side, then you work back post double crochets. When you're in the right side, then you work front post double crochets. Now inside this next fan, you're going to do a fan. This part here still remains the same. 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets. And now here, this is where we're going to do this part here a bit different. So we're going to go down 2 rows, 1, 2, and right here, this is where we do the center stitch, right there. This part here is the same thing we did here when we were doing this stitch. So this part here. So we're going to go down 2 rows, 1, 2, and into this rows where I'm going to make the next stitch. So I'm going to leave that there for you to see. In the previous row, we did these 2 front post double crochets, or actually back post double crochets, because we were working in the wrong side. So here in this row, what we're going to do is you're going to yarn over and work a front post double crochet into the 4th double crochet of this same fan. Take 2 loops off, yarn over. This is where you're going to go all the way down to the row below, this one here. See, I'm going to remove this and I'm going to insert my hook right through these 3 loops, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, go to the next fan and into the 1st double crochet, work a front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. And there's our stitch. That's what it looks like. It looks a little different, but it still looks very similar to the pattern we have here in the hat. The only difference is that the stitch is longer, this part here. See, this is what it looks like in the hat, and this is what it looks like here in the scarf. It's a bit longer, but still looks very nice. So here, to continue, inside the fan, this part here remains the same. You're just going to work a fan. So now yarn over into the 4th double crochet of this fan, work a front post double crochet. Don't close it, leave 2 loops, yarn over, go down 2 rows, 1, 2, and into this group of 3 double crochets right there. That's where you're going to go in, put your hook through there, grab a loop, make sure that this loop is nice and long, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, go to the next fan, and into the 1st double crochet, work a front post double crochet, 4 loops on the hook, close. And that's all we're going to do here. So the important thing here is that you need to remember when you're on the right side, when you're repeating this 2nd row repeat, you're going to count 1, 2, and then into this group of 3 double crochets right there. That's where you're going to do your this stitch here in the center. So that's all we're going to do. So continue, or I'm going to show you one more time. I want to make sure that you get this stitch. So inside this fan, work a fan, 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets, now yarn over, work a front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, leave 2 loops, yarn over, then go down 2 rows, 1, 2, and then insert your hook through these 3 loops, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, and a front post double crochet into the 1st double crochet, 4 loops, close. And that's all you're going to do. That's what it looks like. So continue like this, finish this 4th row, and I'll meet you at the end Okay, I'm here at the end of this fourth row. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did my last fan, then I did the 2 front post double crochets, and here at the end I pinched the second chain and made a double crochet at the end. Now for the next row, we're going to chain 3 and turn. This will be the 5th row, which is the same thing we did in the 3rd row. So chain 3 and turn, and then into these next 2 double crochets right here, work a back post double crochet, back post double crochet, and inside this first fan work a fan, and now we have 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Into the 4th double crochet, work a back post double crochet, take 2 loops off, yarn over, skip this center stitch and go to the first double crochet of the next fan and work a back post double crochet, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close, and inside this fan work a fan. And then into the 4th double crochet of this same fan, work a back post double crochet, take 2 loops off, yarn over, skip this center stitch and jump to the next fan, and into the first double crochet work a back post double crochet, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. And this is how we're going to continue for this 5th row. So continue, finish this row, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 5th row. I did my last fan here. Now here at the end, work a back post double crochet into the next double crochet, and a back post double crochet into the next, and pinch the 2nd chain and make a double crochet. And this is how I finish the 5th row. So from here on, you're going to repeat these 2 rows, and that's what it looks like. This is the back. So now for the next row, row 6, chain 3 and turn. Here we're going to repeat the same thing we did in the 4th row. We're going to go down 2 rows, 1, 2, and into this stitch here, right in the center, we have these 3 loops right there, see? And that's where we're going to insert our hook. So we're going to go down 2 rows, like I said. So let me show you. So now here, yarn over, into the next double crochet, work a front post double crochet, into the next front post double crochet, inside this fan work a fan, and now yarn over, into this 4th double crochet, work a front post double crochet, don't close it, leave 2 loops, yarn over, and then go down 2 rows, 1, 2, and right here, right in the center, through these 3 loops, right there, insert your hook like this, grab a loop, pull this loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, go to the next fan, work a front post double crochet into the first double crochet, take 2 loops off, 4 loops on the hook, close. Here's our stitch again. Work a fan into the next fan, and again into the 4th double crochet of the same fan, work a front post double crochet, don't close it, leave 2 loops, yarn over, go down 2 rows, 1, 2, and right through these 3 loops there, insert your hook like this, grab a loop, I'm going to remove this, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, go into the next fan and into the first double crochet, work a front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, 4 loops on the hook, close, and then again a fan. Again, I'm going to show you, yarn over, into the 4th double crochet of the same fan, work a front post double crochet, don't close, leave 2 loops, yarn over, go down 2 rows, 1, 2, and through these 3 loops right there, insert your hook, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, go to the next fan and into the 1st double crochet of this fan, work a front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, 4 loops on the hook, close. And this is all we're going to do. And that's what it looks like. So from here on, like I said, you're going to repeat these 2 rows that I just showed you. So I'm not exactly sure how long I'm going to make my scarf, but continue watching and then you'll see how many rows I'm going to do. You can do it however long you want. So continue watching and I'll let you know how many rows I'm going to do for mine. Okay, I'm done with my scarf. I did a total of 87 rows and it's measuring about 62 inches long, which is about 112 centimeters. Now, if you want to make it longer, you can. I used exactly 200 grams to make my scarf and I've started to add my fringe here. Now, this is optional. I really wasn't thinking of adding fringe to mine, but I actually like the way that it looks, so I'm going to continue and add. So if you want to do the same thing, here's what I'm doing here. So my last row here is the row that we do on the wrong side, so it's just the fan row. So what I did here is I've cut 4 long pieces of yarn. This is about 24 inches each, so I have 4 strands. So now we're going to fold this in half like this and then in half again like this. So now this is going to be one of the fringe. Now I'm going to add my fringe into each one of the fans, like right here in the chain 2 space, and then I'm also going to add one right here in the center, which is what I did to this side here. So I added one on each one of the fans and then one where we have the double crochets. So you can do the same thing. Now I did this one here for my Spanish tutorial, so I'm going to show you on this next fan here. So just insert your hook. This is a 6.5 millimeter crochet hook, and just grab this, bring it through the front. Actually, I think I'm doing this the wrong way. I think I went in first and grabbed it like this. So it comes through the front and then bring it through the front like this. Pull this loop, insert your finger like this, and then pull it through like this. And that's all I did. And here's your fringe. So now all you have to do is just decide how long you want these. I think I'm doing mine about 4 inches. So that would be up to you how long you want it. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this part and then I'll come back and show you my finished scarf with my beret hat. Okay, so here's my finished scarf. This is what it looks like. I added my fringe. Now it's all done. And here's the other side. I used exactly 250 grams of yarn, including the fringe here. So for the scarf itself, I think it was just 200 grams or 2 skeins of this yarn in this color gold. Now, here's the finished hat as well. Here it is. This is what it looks like. It's a beret style hat or slouchy hat. If you want to make it longer, you can, like I mentioned, but I just love the way that it looks on me like this. So I cannot wait to wear it this winter. Okay, so this completes this tutorial. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.